Thanks, Andrew. Coming up next in Prime7 local news.
Hundreds of homes and businesses spent the night without power after a car struck a pole in North Albury.
A man fronts court after $1.2 million worth of heroin was seized from a car on the Hume Highway.
A new push to attract more of the border's young men and women into the building trades.
The member for Albury, Justin Clancy, refuses to say whether he'll support a bill to decriminalise abortion.
And after years of waiting, Henty Hospital is finally getting its own doctor.
Plus, bad news for the Albury-Wodonga Steamers in local sport. All that and more coming up after the final chase. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes at 6 o'clock. See you then.
This is Prime7 Local News with Madelaine Collignon and Karl Lijnders. And Elly Wicks with your local weather forecast.
Tonight, a driver allegedly hooning through North Albury wipes out power to hundreds of homes and businesses.
A new push to get border youngsters into the building trade.
After a year without a doctor, Henty Hospital is finally getting its own GP.
Now, Prime7 Local News.
Good evening. A 25-year-old driver has been charged with a string of offences after allegedly taking a stolen car for a joyride overnight.
The ride ended when the man smashed into a power pole on Hope Court in North Albury. It left hundreds of nearby homes and businesses without power for several hours.
By day, Hope Court in North Albury is a peaceful industrial estate. By night, it's becoming a haven for hoons.
I saw the black marks when I come to work this morning. But usually some of the boys come around and lay a bit of rubber. And
a 25-year-old man was arrested shortly after the incident. He fronted Albury local court today, charged with a string of offences including negligent driving and car theft. He'll return to court on September 26. Mitchell Sariovsky, Prime7 News.
A driver has been taken to Albury Base Hospital after his truck carrying scrap metal rolled over near Barranduda this afternoon. Police and paramedics attended the scene on the corner of Whites Road and the Murray Valley Highway just before 3 p.m. The rollover caused minor traffic delays. The man in his 40s suffered minor injuries.
One of two men allegedly caught with $1.2 million worth of heroin near Holbrook has returned to court. 31-year-old Ryan Lotho appeared briefly in Albury local court today, charged with drug possession and supply. It's alleged he and co-accused Lawrence Gonzalez were carrying 2.1 kilograms of heroin in a car headed to Melbourne when they were intercepted by police on the Hume Highway near Holbrook last month. Lotho made no application for bail. He'll return to court next month.
Research suggests today's young people will have up to 17 jobs across 5 careers over their working life. An innovative information session is aiming to encourage border students to consider getting started in the building industry.
With the right information, building for a brighter future could begin right here on the border.
The motivation for this was to get clear, accurate information out there.
Steph Muir, Prime7 News.
A hospital without a doctor is like a pub with no beer, but it's become the norm in so many of our smaller regional hospitals. In Henty, however, that's all about to change.
Henty Hospital will soon have a doctor on site once again.
The whole community is rapt that at last that we do have a doctor now with visiting rights, which is a comfort to everybody.
For more than a year, Henty has been in the strange position of having 2 doctors working at a clinic in town, neither of which had the necessary approvals from Murrumbidgee Local Health District to work at the hospital. Will Murray, Prime7 News.
Member for Albury Justin Clancy has refused to reveal which way he'll vote on a bill to decriminalise abortion in New South Wales. The Reproductive Healthcare Reform Bill was introduced to Parliament today. Mr Clancy says he's worried about aspects of the bill, like clauses relating to consent, counselling of minors and conscientious objection. He wants to see amendments before making his decision.
The matter of abortion does not belong in the Crimes Act. It does belong in its own legislative framework. It is about finding the right parameters to that framework. At the end of the day, I will be making a decision that needs to sit with my conscience as well.
The bill is expected to be debated throughout the week.
And as we heard, the debate around the bill to decriminalise abortion started today, and state political reporter Sarah Naven joins us now. And Sarah, what has the mood been like there?
There were emotive scenes outside New South Wales Parliament today as the Health Minister called for an end to outdated laws while MPs and churches remain conflicted. Pro-life and pro-choice protesters surround Parliament House, vowing to have their voice heard.
Those things.
This is an issue that the Health Minister acknowledged requires a lot of soul searching and creates genuine anguish for many. Certainly these protesters will remain outside Parliament all night tonight, with the debate expected to continue until 10 p.m. At least another 20 MPs will speak on the bill, and it will last a number of days. If the bill passes in the lower house, it will be referred to the Social Affairs Committee, who will conduct an inquiry and then report back to the upper house.
Thanks, Sarah. Sarah Naven there.
Meanwhile, the body of a missing man from Hay has been found in the Murrumbidgee River. 34-year-old Benson Lucas was reported missing a month ago. Police say he was an avid camper and after a search of local campgrounds, found his vehicle on the banks of the river. A report will be prepared for the coroner.
Get out your winter woolies and thermals because snow has been forecast for much of the southwest slopes this week. A powdering of snow has been predicted down to 700 metres on Thursday and Friday, while Thredbo and Perisher are likely to receive a 1 metre dump.
Temperatures will be well below average and they will feel even colder due to the wind chill factor as these cold fronts move through from Thursday later in the week.
The extreme weather has forced the Aussie night markets to postpone its event in Wagga this weekend to September 27th.
It is now time for a quick check of the local weather with Elly Wicks.
And Elly, as we heard, very cold conditions coming our way, and it wasn't really all that warm today either.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly for most of us today. Good evening, everyone. Well, for our Tuesday, we did have partly cloudy weather as a cold front in the west began to drag a bit of cloud cover across Victoria today. A high pressure system did sit over inland New South Wales, and that did bring sunny weather further north, and that high caused daytime temperatures to rise for some of us today. But our overnight lows were pretty cool, down to -2 in Wangaratta before a top of 12 degrees, 0 overnight in Corowa, again a top of 12 degrees there, 11 the top in Bright, pretty chilly, and down to -1 in Albury before a top of 12 degrees. The really cold winter weather is on its way. I'll have plenty more coming up after sport.
Looks good for the snow lovers.
It does.
Elly, thank you.
Still to come in Prime7 news, some of the border's best student art goes on display in Albury.
And one of the country's most popular indie artists is heading our way. Stay with us.
From Tumbarumba to Albury, Corowa to Billabong, the Director's Acquisitive Art Prize exhibition is helping unveil the region's next crop of creative talents. High school students were encouraged to pick one of 4 categories: sculpture, drawing, painting or design, and let their imaginations run wild. The best works were selected for a special exhibition in Albury's Department of Education headquarters.
Next year we'll have then a significant number of these works that will be in exhibition during Education Week in collaboration with the Art Museum here in Albury.
The winning entries will be revealed at the exhibition's launch tomorrow night.
Australian indie pop artist Amy Shark is coming to the border. The ARIA award-winning songstress will perform at the Cube in Wodonga on the 1st of November. 15 towns across the nation will get a chance to see Shark perform during the tour, with her hit songs All Loved Up, Mess Her Up and Adore.
Still to come in Prime7 News, the Hoppers coach signs on for another season.
And a huge blow for the Steamers just days after their best win of the season. That's next. The Albury-Wodonga Steamers Premiership campaign has hit a brick wall after the Border Club was slapped with a points penalty for playing an unregistered player. The club says it was a minor administrative error and has vowed to appeal.
It's a decision which could see the Albury-Wodonga Steamers go from premiership contender to eliminated before their finals campaign even begins.
North Albury has ended speculation about coach Isaac Muller's future, re-signing him for the 2020 season. The club says Muller, who is in his first season as a senior coach, has shown great leadership in guiding a young Hoppers side. Muller says he's excited to commit to the club for a further 12 months and believes North Albury is on the rise. The former Essendon VFL player is the youngest coach in the club's history. To the footy ladders now, and Lavington remains a game and percentage clear at the top of the Ovens and Murray League. If Albury defeat Yarrawonga on Saturday, they will move up to second, leaving the Saints outside the top three. Unbeaten Millawa have the ONK Minor Premiership sewn up, and the top six is also set with 2 games remaining. The finals are also confirmed in the Tallangatta League with the Swans and Tigers fighting for second and the double chance. And finally, the Hume League is set for a cracking final 2 rounds with Henty, Holbrook and Lockhart all fighting for 6th. Wodonga Cricket Club has locked in its playing group for the upcoming summer season. Captain Jack Craig will be joined by star opening batsman Tom Johnson and quick Cameron Sutgeest in the coaching group. The coaching job was vacated by the highly regarded Robbie Jackson after deciding to step down from the role. Wodonga are a traditional powerhouse of the competition and again will head into the season as one of the main premiership contenders. A number of local jiu-jitsu competitors are getting set to take on Australia's best in Melbourne this weekend, and despite a strong field, over 1,000, our local contingents say they're confident of returning with gold.
It's a sport that continues to grow across the border region, with one of the region's centres, Dabine Jiu-Jitsu in Wodonga, set to send its biggest group yet to a championship.
The Falcons have skipped clear in women's hockey after defeating Wodonga at the weekend. After a goal each from short corners, it was the Falcons that dominated the match, Jess Madden scoring twice. And it was a close round of matches in the men's, with Wodonga upsetting the Falcons to keep their season alive. Wodonga now sit just 2 points behind the Falcons in 5th. In the women's, the finals look just about set, with Norths needing to go on a winning streak. Lots of cold weather is to come. Showers developing later tomorrow from the west. That's good news. Elly's back next.
Good evening again. With a high pressure system slowly moving east, we can expect similar temperatures for our Wednesday, but a cold front will cross the southeast this evening. That'll bring showers tomorrow, but then another front will move through the southeast on Thursday, possibly bringing the coldest snap of the year so far. Rain, hail, strong winds and freezing temperatures, and of course snow are expected later this week, and it does look to continue into the weekend as well, with showers expected from tomorrow. Let's have a look at our rainfall map. The heaviest of falls are looking to fall further south, so we are expecting fairly moderate falls across our region. There's a chance of thunderstorms as well, which could also bring heavy bursts of rain, and with freezing temperatures on the way, some of the best snow of the season is expected to fall across the alpine areas from tomorrow through to early next week. We could be seeing between 50 and 100 centimetres of snow, the heaviest on Thursday and Friday this week. Let's get a look at Wednesday's weather now. It will stay around 14 degrees in Albury, 12 the top in Benalla. Showers are expected. It is the beginning of light rain, and then another cold front will create some really cold conditions on Thursday, and this is when we can expect the heavier falls and of course snow across our mountains. It'll be quite chilly there, down to -1 even throughout the day in Mount Buller. As we track into Friday, more rain is expected and chillier temperatures as well. It'll be quite icy, really strong westerly winds, possibly up to around 30 kilometres an hour. They could be quite strong though across our alpine regions. In Mount Hotham, we're only looking to reach a top of -4 throughout the day, and that cold snap will carry on into the weekend with a top of 9 degrees on Saturday, a little bit warmer on Sunday, getting up to 12 degrees, but we are expecting plenty of rain, possibly thunderstorms, and of course great snow, so that is great news for the snow bunnies.
A winter outbreak, finally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would have thought?
It's taken a while.
Yeah. Thanks, Elly.
Now let's take a look at the latest petrol prices across the region. In Albury, unleaded is $1.29 a litre at the Caltex on Young Street. Across the border, it's a little more expensive at $1.31 at the APCO in West Wodonga. It's $1.38 at the Wangaratta Caltex, while diesel is $1.45 a litre in Corowa.
That is your local news for this Tuesday night. Thanks for your company.
7 News from Melbourne is coming up next. Have a lovely night. We'll see you again tomorrow from 6.